Hello, how is everybody? I haven't done a video in a while, so I thought today would be a good day with all the craziness going on in the world. Um, so yeah, I am wearing one of my favorite cat sweatshirts. I'm finding these days it's more fun to not take life so seriously. That was a quote from my grandmother. She always used to remind me, don't take life so seriously. Um, and I take that as more, incorporating some fun and humor. And where it's Halloween season and I love cats, I thought it would be a fun thing today. So what I'm going to discuss today is I will do a message for the collective like I always do. And I'm going to just talk about some new things that are going on here at the Soul Purpose. We have a lot of wonderful things happening. We are in the midst of a new expansion. So the Soul Purpose is going to be expanding. We're going to stay at our current location. We're just going to, some things are being moved around so that we can grow. I'm moving my hands like this because it's to the right of us. There's going to be additional space. So we're going to be expanding into about 5,600 square feet. So we will have, aside from our classroom, we're going to have a bigger, what you would call like a yoga, sound healing, meditation room. So we'll have, be able to fit more things, more yoga regularly, more meditation, just lots more fun things. Plus our practitioner team has been growing. So now we have a licensed counselor on staff. Her name is Julie Sanders. If you can see her card, but her information's on the website. If you're looking for a mental health counselor, she's amazing. She takes insurance. We have added a new acupuncturist to our team because Katie has gotten so busy. So we now have Michael. So we have two acupuncturists. We have Cheryl, who does animal chiropractic and animal intuition readings, plus she's a medium and a psychic and just amazing all around. She's helped me so much with all my pets, including my Dixie, who some of you know, she's sitting on the side of me. My husband is here full-time. He left his full-time job as we have grown here at the Soul Purpose. People know me as a healer, as a teacher, but also being a business person, everything has grown. So our back office side, which runs everything you see out there on the internet, on social media, we have a team. This isn't just me. I would not be able to do all this if it was just me. So I have a wonderful team of with administrative assistant and marketing and operations. So my husband, who's also a social worker, left his job, and he's here now full-time assisting with managing operations. It's been like such a godsend, and it's a lot of fun to have him here. Plus he next year will be teaching more of his, he's into Norse cosmology and also doing some life purpose mentoring. He's excellent. So you'll see more about that coming, aside from all the other things that we do offer, and even some more new things to our menu. So I just wanted to share that because the expansion is pretty exciting. We get to stay where we are, and offer more. And the other thing, which I don't want to forget to add, is we will have a store here. So Mystic Vibes, which is located in Fall River on South Main Street, is a metaphysical store. They sell, well, this is my favorite incense now. They sell all kinds of incense, smudge sticks, Palo Santo. They carry all kinds of, like clearing sprays. They carry an assortment of crystals, statues, jewelry, everything. They'll be moving the store here. So that'll be part of the expansion, is we will have a full service retail store. So it'll be run by Heather Sneezik and her boyfriend Charles, who currently runs the store now. So that's another exciting thing coming. So As you can tell, that we're all really happy and excited about it. Um, so I know I'm missing some things, but you'll be able to see more about the expansion coming, because I've been thinking a lot about, since the Soul Purpose started in 2005, of what it's become. It started with just me, and so now, as the owner and the director here, I'm very proud to see how it's also umbrella. It's like a big umbrella, and it's helping everybody else. People developing their own businesses here and being able to offer more to the community. So the other thing that's growing here is the Birch Tree Ministry, which we currently have, I believe it's 19 ministers. And then in April, there'll be 10 more graduating from the program. And so we're starting to create more of a group that's doing specific offerings. So we had the Pet Blessing event on October 6th. The next event coming will be on Veterans Day. We're going to offer a type of a healing clinic for veterans and first responders. So you'll be seeing that being posted pretty soon. So we're going to be offering a lot more with the ministry too over the coming months. So things on the agenda this week. Thursday I have my Holy Fire Sound. Thursday night I have some room available if anybody wants to come for that sound bath. And on Saturday, myself and Alan Stonewolf and Jamie Point of Sonic Field, we will be doing a magical Samhain sound bath. So it's going to be a beautiful night. We're going to have the room set up with just candle lights with an altar in the center, a Samhain altar. So when everybody gets there, I'll be assisting everyone in setting a specific intention that we'll place in the altar during the sound bath. And I'll be doing an oracle message for everybody present. And I'll be also joining into the sound bath with Alan and Jamie of Sonic Field with some of my crystal bowls and koshi chimes, along with their amazing musical gifts. So we have room. Is Friday night. It will be from 7 to 9. And I hope that you can make it if you'd like to join in. It is on our website. If you go under the events page, it'll show up. And the website is thesoulpurposema.com. So I'm going to pick a card for the collective because with everything going on, the world seems to be in even more chaos and destruction. And I don't know about you, I think right now is a real disheartening time for our world. More than it's heartbreaking. And I think we're all feeling it. And a lot of people I'm talking to have a lot of fear, concerns. My daughter was talking to me about it yesterday. And I think no matter which way we look at it, it's hard to have any understanding of why things like this happen or are still happening in our world. So the best thing I can say right now is we don't want to ignore or deny what's happening. We just acknowledge that it is happening, but still, all we can do is heal ourselves, which in essence is extend that to the people around us in our communities, which then extend it out, and that's the best way to allow healing and balance to ripple forward, and also sending, as people will say, sending thoughts and prayers. It's difficult because we seem to be past that point. I am keeping all the people involved in everything going on in Israel and Gaza as in my daily altar with a candle. And I think that we're at a point where I think everybody feels a bit helpless with the way things are going. So all I know is the best way to cope is to acknowledge sometimes, and also counting our own blessings, because we never really know what anybody's going through. We can get really focused on our own little problems, and or sometimes what seems like big problems, but we're more aware of what's happening in our world, and getting angry is a normal response to it, even if it doesn't change anything. So I'm going to do a collective message to see if we can receive any guidance around how to navigate the coming months. One of them jumped out of the deck, so I'll probably read two. Okay. So we've got Archangel Michael showing up, and also Archangel Gabriel. So I am using my tarot deck that works with the archangels, and I'm going to pick one from this deck, which is a neat deck, because sometimes it just gives a heartfelt message. And Michael again. That's interesting. So that's the card. There's a little bit of a glare, but it's Archangel Michael as it says sovereignty. So the first card I got, though, that was Michael. It's the King of Michael. So in reality, it's the King of Swords card. So it represents it's got some practicality to it. Somebody who's very rational, ambitious, even respected. But overall, for a collective message, I would bring those attributes into your life. Is this a time where you need to be a little more grounded, present, rational, right? Sometimes when we get a little stressed out, or we can easily move forward far into a stressful situation in our mind when it in actuality hasn't happened yet. So this card is a message of stepping into your own wisdom, into a place of integrity within yourself, and staying in that integrity. So it has a lot to do with staying in alignment with your own purpose, your own truth, for what works with you, and honoring other people's truth. It reminds me of the Reiki principles. Just for today, I'll be kind to myself and all other living things. Meaning, you live the way you live according to your own principles, your own spiritual principles, your own ideals, but also knowing that you have no control over another person, how they choose to live. So it's just honoring and respecting and moving forward in that way, which does it's a bit of an idealistic approach, but it is a healing approach, a healing way of looking at things. So this card also would represent speaking your truth. Is there a situation in your life right now that's calling for you to be honest, to have some open communication, whether it's at work, whether it's at home, whether it's with a friend, however it's showing up for you. It's a card of, that's what that integrity is, you're being in alignment with what works for you, what feels okay for you. And I'm going to specify that it's not so much about fear, right? Because fear can sometimes limit us. So it's not about allowing fear to limit us and speaking from that place. It's speaking from integrity, like knowing, okay, this is right for me. This is what I have to do. And I have to be honest and truthful with others and myself about that. So like it could be about work or a change in work. It could be about a relationship, a friendship, family, or, how do you step forward and stay in your integrity with some healthy boundaries? So, but it's a card that bodes well for creating that in your life right now. So the other card that showed up that was Archangel Michael, it's sovereignty. So it's not the same card, it's a different deck, but the message is similar. Sovereignty is really about understanding, like, who has authority over you? Because ultimately, you have authority over yourself. You know, some of us get challenged with authority in different ways through life. You know, and when I talk about that, being parented, being, you know, growing up, that kind of stuff is not what I'm talking about here. I mean, as an adult, outside of those situations like at work where you're respecting someone who might be in leadership position, but at your own life, holding the reins, and choosing to move forward, only you know what's right for you. Right? You might get help or advice from the people around you, but at the end of the day, you and your heart, only you know what serves you, what aligns with your higher mission, your higher goal, and that's what has authority. Nobody else. The higher self, your higher wisdom. So it's a gentle reminder about that. So then the Empress card came up, and that's Archangel Gabriel in this deck. So it's another supportive card with the basic message from Michael, because it's a good time to act on plans, like your creative pursuits. It's a good time to attract abundance into your life. So it's a card too about some manifesting, like being, to me, when I see this card, it is about that. It's about manifesting. It's about drawing in abundant resources, taking action, but it's also about not forcing anything. You know, I recently posted about the Tao Te Ching. It speaks of if you have a cup or a glass of muddy water, like it's shook up, so all the mud, it just looks like muddy, mucky water. If you let that glass sit, the mud is going to, you know, float down, and it's going to collect at the surface, and the water is going to become clear. So sometimes things have a way of working themselves out. If we just let them sit and clear up, then you can see things better. And sometimes you don't have to force or create excessive action. You just have to flow with it. So this card reminds me of that, like the Empress has a way of just kind of being. Just has a way of not so much an expectation, but just knowing and having faith that things are going to show up. So that the steps you take for action are well thought out and don't vary from the integrity that shows up in the other card about speaking your truth. Everything is in alignment with your purpose and your truth. So that is the message today. Before I sign off, I'm just going to have everybody bring their hands to their heart, and I figure we could extend some prayer and light out into the Middle East. If ever, just close your eyes, take a nice deep breath, and then as we all hold in our hearts, just a prayer to the divine to extend grace to all involved overseas, to lighten their minds, to bring an easier answer with ease, with no more harm. I'd like to extend or send Archangel Ragwell, who holds the scales of balance and fairness, kind of the patron angel of the underdog, but is a divine mediator. So I'd like to extend that energy to encompass the whole situation that we can't fix alone. We're just going to hold space for it, with the intention that no more harm be caused. So I'd like to thank you for sharing in that prayer with me. And so it is. So until the next time, I hope you enjoy this video and my message today. Thank you.